What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm sure by now everyone's kind of seen the new build on my Instagram, but I figured I'd make this video to explain my reasoning why I got this bike, what kind of led me to this decision, and show you the bike. And then we're gonna go ride it later too. So definitely gonna be a good day of riding. I'm really excited to finally get this out in the open and to ride it. I've been dying to ride it. Anyways, so my decision in going this, obviously everyone knows that I am a huge Honda guy. I've been a Honda guy for the past 10 years, including the time that I spent on the Troy Lee Honda team when it was a Honda team. But after my retirement, the race team, I don't need to get this out there because the race team and I are completely cool. I love those guys and I talk to them pretty much daily. Eric Kehoe is a good friend of mine even before I was racing, and a lot of the guys on the team, on the race team, are really close friends of mine. People that I've worked with way before I was on the Honda team. So shout out to those guys. I still, love and respect everybody on the Honda race team. But the corporate side and the race team are two completely different beasts, and the corporation, they're not the biggest fans of me. That's plain and simple. And it is what it is. I'm not a racer anymore. They don't see the value in what I am doing beyond my racing, and that's totally fine. I don't know if there is any value or how to put a number on that, but I think there is something to be said about building bikes on this channel, and I'm sure a lot of you were on the fence about buying a 450L, and when I made that video series, I'm sure it convinced some people to go out and buy one. I thought it could be a really cool kind of partnership and collaboration, but I didn't get any backing. I did it all on my own. I got no PR, none from the race team, none from the corporation, so whatever. Let bygones be bygones. Maybe they're not the biggest fans of me on the race team PR side of things either. The whole reason that I started the whole Sealy Speed Factory thing was so that I could still make a little bit of cash from that to buy builds to continue on the whole thing and kind of entertain you guys. I know a lot of people have a lot of fun watching these videos, so I wanted to keep making them. And the last two bikes that I built, well, the last three, the L, the straight rhythm build, and the 110 were really fun for me, and I wanted to keep that going on. So anyways, made a little bit of money off the merch, wanted to buy a bike. I asked to buy the 19 that I had been riding, and it was gonna cost me more than it would for me to buy a 2020 brand new bike from another brand. So I don't know, if you're in my shoes, what would you do? Buy a new bike or buy an old bike and the new bike is cheaper or it's gonna cost you less? So I don't know, that's just kind of how things panned out. Maybe I could have done some things to get it for cheaper, I don't know. But that's what was on the table for me, so I made the decision to switch. And it's a lose for me, meaning I have to spend the money. It's a win for Honda because they get the money and they get the promotion out of me building a Honda. So I don't know. I know a lot of people aren't gonna see this video and they're just gonna see me riding a different bike, and had it been a Honda, then a lot of people would think that I still have backing, which I do not. From the race team, yes. From Honda itself, no. So I thought I would switch so everyone was obviously clear that I have no manufacturer backing, because I'm not a KTM guy. I don't have any backing from them either, but if I'm gonna buy a bike, I'm just gonna buy the cheaper one, which is the easiest financial decision for me. So I guess I just gave it away, but anyways, the new bike is a KTM 450. I picked this thing up last week. I'm really excited to ride it. It's bone stock right now, and the reason I didn't get the factory edition is because I'm just gonna take it apart and make it my own anyways. The suspension is gonna go, obviously the pipe is gonna do a little bit of engine work to it and kind of build it for you guys to see how I would build a KTM, because I've been kind of curious to build one of these things and I'm curious to know how they ride. Anyways, first things first, I wanted to get a base kind of setting on it and see how I like it as a completely stock bike. Obviously you sat on it on the stand and stuff, and the saddle to bar feels a lot, really similar to the Honda, so kind of feel like I'm at home sitting, where the saddle is versus where the bars are. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. I haven't ever had an orange bike in my garage, so this is definitely gonna be a new adventure for me. I'm excited to take you guys along with me on the ride. Go pick up some parts over the next couple weeks and introduce those to you guys, and then I'm probably gonna ride it like 2 or 3 times and then start taking it apart. So this is the new build. This is the new adventure we have on the channel, so hopefully you guys like it. Hopefully you guys stick by me and understand my decision-making process in this whole thing. I know it's a little hectic, a little crazy, and honestly, it got a little emotional for me there for a little bit. I was a little bummed on everything, the way things turned out. But again, I need to make it completely clear, the Honda race team is one of the coolest race teams in the pits. They're awesome. The people over there are amazing. I love those guys. Anyways, new builds at KTM. We're gonna load this thing up, go out to the hills today. I got some friends actually from the race team that I'm gonna be riding with today, so really excited to see those guys. And we're gonna go spend some time getting used to the new chassis.
Dude, the landing's pretty tech though.
Yeah, dude, not going far is not the jam.
I wanted one too. You gotta think twice about it, Tommy.
You gotta think 7 times about it.
That's not a warm-up. You should probably change it.
I mean, I rolled up to it 3 times, so I thought about it 3 times.
Yeah. No, you
gave it a good little
you found your line 3 times and then pulled the trigger. There's a difference.
Oh, what's up?
Yeah.
How's it going, boys? What's up? Yeah, bro.
What's up, dude? Hey, what's up, bro? How are you?
Have you hit this yet?
Dude, we just all hit it, and it's sketchy.
Really?
Stupid.
It's
yeah.
scary.
It's so gnarly.
You have to hit that way faster.
That's gnarly.
guys, I'm gonna wrap this thing up. We just got this thing home. I'm really happy with the way it rode today. Comparing it to the Honda, I mean, I don't want to do that to upset anybody because the Honda is an amazing bike. No hate to Honda race team, anybody on the staff. I love all those guys, as well as no hate to anybody who owns a Honda. Again, this was just a personal decision that I wanted to switch up to. So back to KTM, I'm really happy with the way it handles. I was really shocked at how well it took a lot of the jumps. I was thinking that the stock suspension was gonna be way too soft. And I'm not a huge fan of single function forks, especially stock ones. The factory ones are pretty good, but the stock ones, I didn't know. I've never really ridden a set that I liked, but they weren't bad. They took all the impacts really good. Again, I wasn't going through turns or on a track, so obviously I'm not gonna get the same handling characteristics to test off of, but was really happy with the way it felt. Bike feels really light. Like I can't stress that enough, how nimble it feels. As far as where, you know, the saddle is versus the bars, it does feel a lot like my old bike. The foot pegs feel a little higher up than what I'm used to, but got used to it really fast, and the power is really good. There's like this map switch on the bar here that you can kind of just cycle through the first 2 maps, and traction control, I don't know how the traction control works. I need to kind of look into that, but switching from map 1 to map 2, there was a noticeable difference on bottom end. I actually liked it in the first map, which I think is the more mellow map. The power is like really soft down low, which I like, and then kind of picks up in the mid to top, which for me, that's the kind of riding that I like to do. I ride 3rd gear a lot, so I like to kind of lug it and kind of have like that more mellow kind of power curve, I guess. I'm really excited to start building it. You know, that's like a really good platform. I think it was everything that I was looking for. And again, this was kind of a big decision for me. So the reason that I got the Elsinore out right now, I just kind of cleaned this thing up a little bit, and the 2-stroke out. I'm actually taking these out to do kind of a unique video shoot tomorrow, so I'm gonna vlog it while I'm there, kind of get some behind the scenes clips, but I'm gonna try and take this thing out to a track soon. I would like to get at least 1 track day before I start tearing it apart and rebuilding it. I have some really huge plans for this bike as far as like the build goes. A little bit different options that I really didn't even know were available for this bike, and the more research I did, the more kind of intrigued and interested I got in the different setups that I could do with it. So I don't know, we're gonna go down that road and make it look cool. It's definitely not gonna be white and orange when I'm done with it. It's not gonna be black either. I know a lot of people are thinking that I'm just gonna take it apart, black everything out like I always do, but that's what we kind of did with this bike, as well as the L, and Supreme bikes for sale, by the way, and as well as the 110. I had an issue with the forks, that's why they're off. That's why I haven't made any pit bike content yet, but again, just wrapping this thing up, letting you guys know how much I like this bike. Shout out to everybody that's been subscribed lately. Been putting out a lot more content lately, and I'm gonna continue to do that. I have a bunch of things lined up, so I figured why not just film it, vlog it, put it out the day after, because filming isn't hard for me, editing isn't hard for me, coming up with ideas is where it's tricky. So if you guys have any ideas, things that you've seen in the past that you like, let me know. Give me some ideas and I'll keep filming. Like always, thank you guys for subscribing, like, comment, and we'll see you in the next one later on.
Aside from my soul, aside